Thank you. Thank you for coming in tonight. I appreciate all of you guys for joining us for this broadcast. Okay, it is February 17th, 2022. You guys know what the deal is, okay? We have a major update once again for you guys tonight. Before we get into it, I just want to say, excuse me, huge shout out to the whole community here. We just passed 1,000 followers on Twitter. We just hit 228,000 on TikTok. We're going viral right now. My border video just surpassed 1.2 million views on TikTok. And so we're just running it up right now. Our exclusive Discord group just surpassed 245 members as well. So if you're looking to get into that, it's linked up down below. But I have a major update for you guys tonight. This thing just keeps on picking up. And I'm so busy running my businesses and doing my work that I don't even have time to make videos. That's why I went live this morning at 7 o'clock and why I'm coming live to you again here at 9 p.m. tonight for the late night session, because I don't even have time to make and edit videos. I just have to come to you live. We got to run it up in the chat, and I got to spread this message as I can, because I need you guys to understand what is happening right now. This is the greatest setup in world financial history. Very plainly put, very simple to understand. The greatest setup in world financial history, and we're about to live through the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Now, let me explain. 260 in the TikTok chat. YouTube, can you catch up tonight? Please tap the screen, share the stream. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live. And let's get straight into this update. Major one for you guys, okay? Major alert. Shout out DJ Khaled. This is a major alert. I just got some crazy wizard hat on TikTok. Thank you for coming in tonight, guys. Okay, let's do a quick price check. At the time of this recording, the markets are down 3.33% today. Okay, I'm not even going to cover it. You guys already know the deal here. Markets are down. Okay, but let's get into this. Let's look beneath the lines, right? Read in between the lines here what's going on behind the scenes. This is unbelievable. Now we have the SEC saying that not only was Hinman's speech used by the SEC staff to provide market guidance, but that the SEC regulations could be relied on as representing the views of the SEC Corporation Finance Division. So not a personal opinion. Well, which one is it, guys? Because right here we have Hinman's declaration on June 23rd, 2021, in a motion to quash his subpoena for him to be deposed by Ripple lawyers, saying that this was his own personal views. So which one is it going to be? When we say we caught them all, this is what we're talking about. This thing is ready to be blown wide open, and the SEC continues to stall. So I already dropped a TikTok earlier tonight where I gave you guys the update. Essentially, they're still trying to hide the draft speech, the notes behind this speech that will completely expose the SEC. They're still trying to hide it, even though the courts already ruled that they have to show it. Now, I'm not even going to get into this tonight, but it does relate to everything. As you guys saw the headline today, that Trump is going to have to testify in front of a New York Attorney General in whatever case they're trying to get him for up there. I'm not going to get into that, but my point with even bringing that up is I'm just ready to say, guys, let's meet in the courtroom. Let's meet in the courtroom. Please, I'm begging you. Let's meet in the courtroom. SEC. And whoever else wants to make this case, the XRP's a security. Please let us present the facts, figures, and logic that we do have. Because they never had a case. And as you're seeing, this thing is getting completely exposed and blown wide open. Jeremy Hogan says, I'm reading but can't quite believe it. Now the speech wasn't Hinman's personal opinion at all, but intended to convey the Department of Corporate Finance's position on digital assets. In the legal world, this is as crazy as it gets. The Ripple lawyers must be chomping at the bit. This thing is totally exposed, guys. They have to settle up this case. They have to settle up this case ASAP. If these documents get released, it's going to completely blow this thing open. Now, Jeremy Hogan says, what happens next? The judge will do a quick order to the clerk to unseal the exhibits because it's after 7 p.m. court time. This will probably happen tomorrow. I don't think we'll see anything tonight. So the memos that were supposed to be released today, probably not going to get released till tomorrow. We already did see one, and I thought that I had pulled this up. 1 second, guys. Let me pull this up. One of the memos was already released, and I have to show you guys this because did I already pass it? Okay, right here. Shout out to Wrath of Kahneman. In this unsealed exhibit, in this memo that Ripple received from Perkins Coie, the same law firm that advised the SEC or Ethereum for the Ethereum free pass. Perkins Coie, the same law firm, also advised Ripple on how to make sure that XRP was not going to be a security. This thing goes full circle, guys. In this unsealed exhibit, the law firm Perkins Coie advised Ripple Labs that founders who assume its risk could receive XRP, but not investors or employees, as that would risk being a security in the SEC's eyes. Couple of things to note. Check this out. This thing goes full circle. The email seems to establish, at least in part, that FinCEN guidance in 2013 designated Ripple as a user of XRP, not an issuer, and this is the key right here. Remember, I took you guys back to the origin story a while ago, and we may have to revisit a little refresher for everyone. Ripple did not create XRP. XRP was created by Arthur Brito, Jed McCaleb, and David Schwartz. They created it out of thin air. They created a little blockchain, and then they gifted 80% of the supply to Ripple through the company OpenCoin. OpenCoin later became Ripple. So Ripple was gifted. They were not an issuer. Only founders were an issuer. Well, if that's the case, why is David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, and Jed McCaleb not listed in this lawsuit? It's because the lawsuit was never about declaring XRP as security, guys. This whole thing is to stall up XRP and Ripple. I don't have the headlines in front of me. I'm not even going to get into it, but you guys are already seeing it. I mean, I could name off every Wall Street firm is about to offer crypto trading to their clients. We're about to get the executive order next week. From Sleepy Creepy, we get the executive order next week, which is going to be a big nothing burger. It's going to be a big nothing burger. I'm telling you that right now. But this is perfectly lining up for the alt season run that we're expecting in the charts. Not only is there a potential for this case to be settled up, which I don't even want to get excited about that yet, even though the longer this case goes on, the more the SEC gets exposed, it would be definitely in their best interest to wrap this thing up immediately. However, let's assume that we don't even get the settlement, guys. The whole world is watching right now. The Russia-Ukraine situation, and now both countries end up making cryptocurrency legal tender. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. But guys, going back to this is the key on why they can't get Ripple and XRP. For one, they'll never be able to declare today's XRP as a security, but they're going after Ripple. But the way that this was done, Ripple was not an issuer, right? Ripple was gifted 80% of the supply. Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, David Schwartz kept 20% of the supply. This is key and also reaffirms the sequence of events, founders gifting 80% of XRP to Ripple Labs. And then they got this legal advice back in 2014 from Perkins Coie. So they've had this history going back to 2014 and even before that, where they were trying to get legal opinions, trying to get legal advice. Now, as it seems that Ripple, or at least Chris Larsen, wants this note to be made public, and now it is. As always, deeply indebted to, yes. So, Chris Larsen filed a letter this morning stating, we want to unseal all the legal memos. These legal memos that we're talking about, which I don't know if there's only 2 or 3. Unseal them all in their entirety. Let everyone see it. Ripple has nothing to hide. Now, here's where this gets juicy. And here's why I said urgent alert on TikTok and why I'm saying they're about to flip the switch on YouTube. That's why I called this live stream. That's why I titled it this. 40 million XRP, actually 80 million XRP total today, went to Coinbase. Why the hell would they be sending 80 million XRP to Coinbase? Now, this is from unknown wallets. 2 transfers of nearly 40 million XRP in both instances going to Coinbase. Why the hell is XRP going to Coinbase? Now, we also just saw that Coinbase put out an article or put out, what did they put out? A post? Or it's on their exchange app now. It's in the app telling people where to buy XRP. I don't know what that was, a blog post or whatever it was. Coinbase telling us how to buy XRP. Same day they go and they put 80 million XRP on their exchange. What is going on here? Maybe my Coinbase theory is coming to fruition here, right? Coinbase getting ready to relist this thing. They don't need XRP, right? Unless they're getting ready to relist this thing. So we have 2 transactions, 80 million XRP in total. Now I wanted to go to this. David Schwartz, always giving us the signal, always giving us the message. David says, I had my yearly performance review at Ripple today. You will all be happy to know that I achieve all of my objectives for this meeting. I still have an awesome job. To me, I take that as job completed. Personally, that's the signal, that's the message that I get from David in this post, is that the message is completed. 80 million XRP going to Coinbase today. Now, this is in terms of the sleepy, creepy executive order that we're supposed to be getting next week now, which this guy and what they're signaling is blowing my mind. First off, when in the history has the president of the United States signaled that we know an attack is imminent? When have we ever done that? I can't believe him coming up here today in his press conference on the front lawn of the White House or wherever he's at, stating that an attack is imminent. Why would we be signaling that? This is just, it makes no sense. But anyways, I digress. In regards to the executive order, now he's telling us that it's going to be next week. It was supposed to be earlier this month, but now it's going to be next week. Finally, a big nothing burger of an executive order. This is coming from Jennifer, I don't know her last name, but she says President Biden will issue a wide-ranging executive order on regulating crypto next week. Among the deets, the order will commission a study of CBDC. How long do you guys got to study CBDCs? We're way behind every major country. There's nothing left to study. You go talk to Ripple and you can launch a CBDC on the XRP ledger in one day. Stop messing around. Go to Ripple, cut the deal, and get the job done. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Ripple created a tool where you can launch a central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger in one day. So I don't know what the hell we're still doing studies for. It's an absolute abomination, and we should be ashamed. Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, whoever the hell's running the CFTC at this point, and Joe Sleepy Creepy, I'm not even going to speak on it. Before I get in trouble, I'm not even going to speak on it. Oh, these guys piss me off. This is a criminal conspiracy at the highest levels. And we have all the facts. We're proving and exposing this whole thing, blowing this thing wide open. This was a criminal conspiracy all the way to the very top. And you notice other YouTubers, other people on these platforms won't even say the name Clinton. Just a few days ago, I did the full expose on Gary being the CFO of the Hillary Clinton criminal conspiracy campaign. Not a political statement, guys. We caught them all. And they're selling out the American people. They're selling out our future. And we are losing the currency war. I've been telling you guys, this is a currency war. Okay, this is a financial battle. And they're going to be launching cyber attacks. They're already underway. All the major countries are warning about them. They've been doing all of their practice drills, all their preparations. And what did we see in Canada last night? 4 or 5 of the major Canadian banks all reporting outages after Trudeau, the criminal communist that he is, trying to say that he's going to freeze their citizens' accounts because they want to express their First Amendment right, or whatever the hell the equivalent would be in Canada. I hope to God that they have something, and I know they do. I know they do. But it's kind of hard to protect your First Amendment when you don't got that Second Amendment, right? And that's why they got to take down America. That's why they're coming for us in every single way. We are the last free country that can actually put up a fight. What's funny, though, is you're seeing the Canadians and the Europeans take the stand first. Quick tangent. My governor, Crooked Jay Inslee, just told us little peasants that we get to take off our masks on March 21st. So he's decided, guys, you can breathe fresh air and you don't have to muzzle your face with a cloth that doesn't work or do shit. Don't you love it? Who the hell do these people think they are? Thanks for the recommendation, Jay. I'm ready to try you for crimes against humanity for putting the elderly in nursing homes. You and the 4 or 5 other governors that deserve to be in jail. God will take care of you, Jay. These people piss me off. And people say, don't get emotional. Don't get emotionally invested. Keep your politics out of it. What the hell do you stand for? Nothing. I'm not going to be a coward. I'm not afraid to say the name Clinton. I'm not afraid to put up the freaking thumbnail with Gary and Hillary and put the thumbnail caption as busted. We caught them all. And like I said, please let us present our evidence in court. You guys won't let us present it in court. $373 in the YouTube chat, 360 in the TikTok chat. Thank you for coming in tonight. I'm going to take a quick deep breath. I'm going to take a drink of water, and we will continue on before I freaking lose it. Keep your politics out of it. Just chill, bro. Don't get emotional about your investment. I'm sorry, I'm investing in the future of America. I don't know what the hell little piece of shit cryptos you're investing in. I'm trying to invest in a currency that's going to change the world and actually gives America a chance, creates a level playing field, not only for America, but for people across the world. This can actually get something done in the third world, unlike proof of shit Bitcoin and proof of shit Ethereum that does absolutely nothing. Excuse my language. How's your program working out? Not very well. Not very well for the Bitcoin and Ethereum maxis. Let me continue on. God, these people piss me off. I'm not even looking at the trolls in the chat. I'm not even looking at the trolls in the chat, the TikTok chat. They don't even know. Okay, let's get tapped back in, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. We're bringing some energy tonight. Appreciate all of you. Daniel DeMartini Booth says, shows here, the St. Louis Fed Economic Uncertainty Index. Highest level since the 1987 stock market crash. Folks, this is going to be a bumpy ride. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Now, with 100% conviction, as I was stating last night, I sleep peacefully at night. As much as I rant and rave here on my live stream, I will be able to shut this down and sleep peacefully at night because I know how we come out on the other side of this. We're waiting for this financial collapse. We're waiting for this stock market to collapse. We're waiting for the cryptocurrency regulations because we know the projects that we're investing in weren't doing the shady activity that the rest of the space was. This is our moment, and this is what we've been waiting for. I don't care if we catch an alt season run right now into March like we think we're going to get. I don't care. I'm not here to make, a little bit of money off a quick little pump to $10 with XRP. I'm ready to set up and run a new financial system, create a level playing field for the whole world. And anything short of that is a failure of our mission. Remember, Ripple said they wanted to put a dent in the universe and they want to serve all 7 billion people on this earth. They wanted to create a world reserve currency that's as liquid as a G10 currency. And that's why I don't give a shit about 90% of this cryptocurrency space and why I won't even look at these projects. To me, it's all or nothing. Either we're going to change the world or I don't care about your little blockchain gaming coin. But I digress once again. Okay, so a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Okay, highest uncertainty index since 1987. It's getting a little shaky. Now, continuing on, Facebook is down more than 45% from its all-time high. And people still think that we can't go into a bear market. They think that this is a forever super cycle bull market. When Bitcoin's already down 50%. Most of the altcoins are already down 60 to 70% from their all-time high. And people still are on the hopium pipe dream that we can't go into a bear market. Guys, we're already in a bear, Facebook's already in a bear market. And I know that no one wants to hear this. Everyone wants the Moon Boy hype talk, and I can give you that. I can show you what's happening with 80 million XRP going to Coinbase today. That has me more bullish than ever before. But we have to see the full picture here. Facebook is down more than 45% from its all-time high. Okay, that's a bear market, guys. A 20% move is a bear market or a bull market. Bitcoin's already started its bear market. Just so we're clear, don't confuse the facts. A 20% move is a bull or a bear market by the technical terms defining a bear market and a bull market for traders. It's a 20% move. So don't get it twisted. Bitcoin's already in a bear market, but that's good for us. That's good for our altcoins. God willing, we're about to catch a ridiculous pump here into the next month. The charts are lining up. The charts most definitely are lining up. I want you guys to see this one as well. Mortgage rates soar to levels not seen in nearly 3 years. They haven't even raised interest rates yet. They're talking about it. And the mortgage rates are already soaring to levels not seen in 3 years. You see the writing on the wall, guys? Okay? This thing's over. This show's over. They're popping this bubble. It's happening, guys. They haven't even raised, the Fed has not raised rates yet. They're telling us they're going to 3 or 4 times this year. They're going to do the first rate hike in March, and instead of it just being 0.25%, they're maybe even going to do 0.5%, which hasn't been done since the last financial crisis. Go figure. Mortgage rates soar to levels not seen in nearly 3 years. They haven't even raised interest rates yet, and we have the mortgage lenders, the banks, already moving to raise rates. So you're already seeing, and in here they say that the average spiked to 3.92%. So we're still at historically low levels. Don't get it twisted. But they haven't even raised, the Fed has not even raised rates yet, and we already are moving to levels that we haven't seen in 3 years. And we're just getting started. Today, I was listening to Peter Schiff, and you guys need to understand this. We are at the highest levels of inflation ever in the history of this country. Do not get it twisted. Do not accept the BS CPI data from our government. They are comparing it to a CPI from the 70s and 80s that was at like 13% in the 80s. If we were using the same CPI data that we did back then, because they change how they calculate the CPI data. If we were using the same CPI data from back then, our inflation would be at 15% right now, according to Peter Schiff, which I know a lot of people don't like listening to Peter because he's not a fan of crypto, but he's a very smart economist, and you cannot dismiss his work. One of the few economists that called the previous financial collapse. One of those guys where they're wrong until they're one of the few people that were right. Those are the people that I listen to. That's how I position myself. We've been wrong until we're right, and we have more money than we know what to do with. But what Peter was saying is that if we calculated with the same CPI data that they did back in the 80s, when we were at the highest levels ever, we would be at a new all-time high for inflation of 15%. Peter also continues on to state that we haven't even seen the full effects of all of our inflation that is yet to come. Basically stating that this is the inflation from all the quantitative easing, all the years leading up to the pandemic, and then over the last 2 years, we've even accelerated it even more. So I would be expecting inflation to get worse. The only move that the Federal Reserve has is to raise interest rates. I believe it was Paul Volcker back in the day had to raise rates to 18% to fight inflation back when we were at 13% inflation back in the 70s, 80s. I believe it was Volcker. Maybe I got it mixed up. Whoever the Fed chairman at the time was. Had to raise interest rates to 18% to fight off that inflation. What do you think would happen to our economy if they raised rates just to 10%? It's over. It's over. Now, okay, I'm going to end here with this final little piece of secret sauce. And I don't know what the hell this is supposed to mean. I don't worship the moon. I don't study astrology. Apparently the billionaires do. Apparently the elite do. And apparently we have a once in a 248-year event that is about to occur on February 22nd on 2/22/22. We will be in a once in a 248-year event. Pluto is going to conjunct, which means return to, the United States. The last time this happened was on July 4th, 1776, the exact founding day of America. Astrologically, Pluto brings destruction and rebirth. Rome fell when Pluto returned. Pluto returns over the next 2 years, from 2022 to 2024. Folks, are you ready for the greatest transfer of wealth in world history? For the greatest awakening in the history of the world? We're here, folks. This is our time. This is our time. Destruction and rebirth. Reset, restructuring, Jubilee year, Shemitah year, 7-year cycle in the Hebrew calendar. When we put this full picture together, we understand how to prepare ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. Folks, strap in. This is our time. This is our moment. This is what we've been waiting for. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but I'm going to be here with you guys the whole way. We're not going anywhere. The TikTok trolls say, stop watching National Geographic. I couldn't imagine living in such a state of ignorance. The mass psychosis that 50% of this world's population is in. Boy, are they now. They are not ready for what's about to happen, folks. They are not ready. Destruction and rebirth. Appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. Let's get into the rapid fire Q&A. Rapid fire Q&A. 433 on the YouTube chat. Let's run it up. Rapid fire Q&A. Let me see your questions. We got a 5 spot from Abdullah Bander. Abdullah, thank you, brother. 5 spot. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming in tonight, guys. Yeah, Pluto, guys, I don't know. I don't study the moon. I don't worship the moon. I don't do astrology. I don't do horoscopes. I do put some weight behind it, though. I mean, it seems like there's something going on, but I leave that to the little witches and stuff. I don't, that's not me. That's not me. But I have taken advantage of the moon phase indicator that we've been watching over the last year, and we've been able to time the bottoms and the tops of the current cycle, the current trends of the market based off of our moon phase indicator. So that's been crucial. Hey, if the billionaires elites want to ritualize the market based off that, I'll ride with that. I don't care. Whatever it takes. XDC's role in this trade finance space, $19 trillion market, massive, massive. Rapid fire Q&A, guys. Let's run it up. Thank you for coming in tonight. Don't get it twisted. Don't confuse the facts. Amen. Guys, we're just locked in right now. Just absolutely locked in. We have over 700, nearly 800 people with us on the live stream right now listening to my voice. Between YouTube and TikTok. Imagine. 750, almost 800 people here listening right now to this message. Guys, you have made it. I'm going to keep bringing you guys the truth the whole way through. Okay, I'm going to just be here with you guys the whole way. We've been breaking this down. We called out their timeline. TikTok wants to take down my videos when I call out the Great Reset timeline. YouTube actually lets them ride. But if you want our full strategies, it's all in the Discord. The Discord linked up down below is how you get access to the full strategies and how we're going to be executing them during this time. Flip the switch, folks. Guys, they are ready to. 80 million XRP just went to Coinbase. Why the hell is 80 million XRP going to Coinbase? Makes no sense. Unless this case is about to wrap up, Coinbase is about to relist XRP, and they're about to cash in. Coinbase is about the money. I've been telling you guys they're going to be relisting XRP once this thing's over. Coinbase is going to be one of the first Coinbase is going to be one of the first exchanges through the door as far as regulations are concerned. People don't like it. It's centralized, shitty customer service, all that. Doesn't matter. What matters is that they are basically working with the government, and they're going to get passed through regulations and through to the other side first. And they've already filed for a license to be a securities broker. So any of the cryptos that are listed as securities or become securities, they're ready to still sell them. They're perfectly positioned. XRP tokens are worthless, a souvenir at best. They're not used for anything. Have fun staying poor. Good luck in life. I wish you the best. $50 million to Binance. Yeah, there was some big movement of XRP today. Big movement of XRP today. Let me pull up the charts. Let's see where we're at. XRP holding support at 78 cents, I believe. Best securities, NFTs on OpenSea. Shout out to BitBoy. He called OpenSea the biggest scammers in the NFT space or something like that today. He called out OpenSea for just, and they are. It's all part of the Ethereum freaking monopoly BS, Ethereum gas fee, just ridiculousness. I refuse to pay Ethereum gas fees. I don't know why you guys put up with that. If I have to use Ethereum to move my money around, I'm not going to participate in that. I don't care. That's where I draw the line. I'm not going to pay Ethereum gas fees. It's ridiculous. Look at this consolidation. This consolidation here. 91 cents. 75 cents. Folks, strap in. Why is XRP good? If you're genuinely asking why XRP is good, just go way back. Just scroll way back to the start of my TikTok. That's when I was like putting out so many like basic videos on XRP, explaining XRP Ripple, how it was all going to work. I haven't really been putting out as much of that over the last few months. But if you go way back to the very beginning, over the whole last year, I just put out a whole freaking expose on XRP. So now I'm diversifying more into talking about other things because we've already said everything that needs to be said about XRP. We're just getting validation every day with all this news that comes out. Bull flag trap in. Yeah. Yes, I'm genuinely asking. Yeah. Well, it's one of the best solutions for cross-border payments, but even better than that, it's been chosen to be a liquidity token for wholesale payments across the largest banks and financial institutions and their networks. So it's set up, it's designed to be a liquidity provider, which is the biggest use case for all of cryptos. XRP is going to dump first. Anyone telling you different is lying. Guys, I don't care. I don't care. They can dump it. We can miss this bull run. We don't have to catch an alt season right now. I don't care. I'm not going to lose any sleep at night, and I'm going to take advantage, and I'm going to keep stacking my bags. I almost bought more Actually, after I get off this call, I'm just going to tell you guys this right now. I'm going to be buying more XLM after this call. After I get off here. I don't care what price it's at, guys. This is a game of accumulation before they flip the switch. I don't care. I'll buy it today. If it drops 50%, I don't care. Yeah, I'm buying XLM after I get off this chat. Not financial advice. Please don't copy me. Are you bullish on XLM? Yes, I'm bullish on XRP, XLM, and IOTA. Those are the three ISO coins that have not reached out to their all-time high since 2017. That's why I'm the most bullish on them. I don't own any IOTA at this time. Let's take a look around here at some of the coins. What about Algo? Big fan. Big fan. Guys, we're in the final phases of this bull run, so you have to understand that if you invest right now, there's no guarantee that we're going to catch an alt season. 83 cents for IOTA. I might just go buy some IOTA, actually. I need to get some exposure to IOTA. What's XLM at? I might have to buy both. Actually, I may just buy both. That's probably what I'll do. Buy IOTA, buy XLM. Call it a day. Sleep peacefully at night. 20 cents on the Stellar. That's looking good. Thoughts on SafeMoon? I don't even look at projects like that. I don't even acknowledge their existence. Let's just go to thoughts on Gala. A lot of hype. A lot of hype. Let's look at our top cryptos here. XRP in the 6th spot. Okay. Cardano's still at 7. It's incredible to me how well Cardano's holding. They haven't even really been putting out that much, but they're holding so well. Solana, Avalanche, Terra, all Ethereum competitors, and then you have Dogecoin, which is just hilarious to me. Dogecoin. You have a meme coin literally in the 11th spot. That's how young this market is. Strap in though. During the bear market, we'll see how well your Dogecoin does. Your Shiba at the 14 spot. That's crazy. Shiba at the 14 spot tells you how early we are.